Hello, everyone. This is the May 8th episode of Comp and Circumstance. We'll get you going with what we've got going on workerscompensation.com. And we'll let you know when we're going to meet again. It's going to be a week from today. We're going to try to do these as often as we can on Thursdays. And 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, the 15th, will be our next one. So go ahead and write that down. If you want to join us, drop a line to me, get in touch with me however you can, however you want to, call, email, text, social media message, however you need to, whatever works best for you, get in touch with me and I'll go ahead and get you a link to Comp and Circumstance. So what do we have going on? Let me tell you, we've got all kinds of good stuff in the works, and we're excited about a few things that are new and happening and that we're covering. And we're putting the final finishing touches on tomorrow's news and tomorrow's daily headlines, expert analysis, all that. But before we think about tomorrow, let's catch you up with what's going on today and what you can expect very soon. So let me go ahead and share the screen here. And boom, here we go. There's some of what we're working on. And that's something that I'm glad has popped up there because I'm going to go ahead and, well, there's LinkedIn. Take a look at some of these stories that we have going on right now are tied to the NCCI Annual Insight Symposium that's coming up next week. If you're going to that and you want to get a little bit of a sneak preview of what's happening at what's going to happen at AIS next week, we've had a few, and we've got a couple more coming. So the one that showed up today was John Sinclair, and a topic that's always probably going to be with us in workers' compensation, pain management. Fortunately, the kind of worst of the opioid epidemic is behind us, but it's still with us. And then, as this session is called, if not opioids, then what? So it's all good and well to say we're not doing opioids anymore. We're aware of the harms, the damages, but there's still pain management that has to happen. And you can, get an idea of what this topic's going to be about, why it's important, what you can expect if you're attending AIS next weekend. We've done a few of those this week, and there's going to be another one that's going to be popping up there. Brian Stein, motor vehicle accidents, and that's the interesting point that you'll get in that one is there's a lot of motor vehicle accidents and workers' compensation because, there's people that are driving places for work in some way, shape, or form. So, interesting stuff. If you're going to AIS, this will help you understand it. But even if you don't, it gives you some insight into the strong and robust data and analytical work that our good friends at NCCI put in for the industry. So check those out. It's definitely of interest to me, and I hope that you'll find it interesting too. What else is happening? Dr. Claire Musselman has been working on another series for us. Here's part of what's going on that you can expect for tomorrow. Like I said, we're putting up the finishing touches, but today, Dr. Musselman, I haven't put Dr. Musselman's article in for tomorrow, but some more leadership issues specifically tailored to women. But as I've mentioned before, everyone can benefit from the tips and the points that Dr. Musselman makes, and the food for thought also when you think about it, because some of this stuff is, you're not thinking about it. It's not top of mind, particularly, I'm just going to say it as a middle-aged white guy. There's a lot of this stuff that, isn't on my radar, and whose fault is that? Well, partially mine, but, I don't have to beat myself up because what I could do is take an article like this, digest it, read it, understand it, and then apply it. And, that's what I like about, she sets up what the challenge is, why it's a challenge, things that you can do for yourself. So this is specifically, focused on what you can do for yourself. And like I said, she's geared it toward women, but, uh, there's no reason to think that someone else can't, learn from that. But then here's the kicker, and this is where, someone like me, a self-avowed middle-aged white guy, looks at this and says, you know what? I can change. I can make things happen so that the workplace is as uh, productive and as encouraging of people's development. And that's what's really going to benefit our organization. Making room for voices that are often ignored. What could be more beneficial to an organization? Well, it's somewhat more of these things. Reward honesty and clarity. Well, yeah, absolutely. If someone's speaking frankly and they're getting real, that's the kind of thing that we need, not just, a good presentation, oh, it looks good, sounds good. But what we're talking about here is someone that's really, being honest, being open about what's going on in the workplace. And you have to make sure that's, safe, validate courage, as it says. It takes courage to make change happen. So there's things that the rest of us can do to foster the kind of environment that does that. Stop equating silence with agreement. I love this one because it's like, oh, no one said anything. Well, silence isn't always a good thing. In fact, many times it's not a good thing. So, you know, create that space, hold that space for real communication to happen and be ready for that feedback. You know, if you want honesty, be ready for it. Be ready for what you're going to hear. And, it might be hard, but, those hard things are sometimes what creates greatness. So, um, these are some good thoughts that Dr. Musselman shares with us. And I love the way she wraps it up. You have permission to be heard. And if you're at the table, it's because your voice is valued. Use it. And I appreciate that perspective. So there's going to be a few more of those. The series is, I think, about a total of 6 or 8, something like that, or maybe halfway through it, more or less. So we'll continue to learn and grow thanks to Dr. Blair Musselman. And just so everyone remembers, don't forget that these updates are brought to you by our Simply Research research database product, or what we like to call the encyclopedia of the workers' compensation industry. You can be well informed and more productive using the most comprehensive workers' compensation claims information available, starting at just $99 a month. And how can you get a free trial? Well, you can go ahead and go to this page here. It gives you the blurb, and boom, hit free trial. Put your information in there, and that'll unlock 7 days at no charge to you of Simply Research. And what's the kind of thing that you're gonna find on Simply Research? Well, let's take a peek and see what's new today. And like I said, one of my favorite spots on this page is what's new. Go right there. And sometimes it takes a minute to load. Not too bad. There's a case out of Ohio, Culver versus Industrial Commission. Looks like these are from yesterday. We haven't gotten much updated today, but as I say, every day our compliance team is putting new information in there. There's an updated compliance summary out of Oregon, and a rule, attorney's fees awarded. Those are usually interesting, in a form. So this covers, a few things that we have. We have compliance summaries. We have rules and statutes. We have cases, forms, all those kind of things for your state and federal. You can find right here on Simply Research. And if you want to go to your state and see what we got there, you go to the home page, check out the map, find whatever state you're in. Just pick one at random here. We had a West Virginia case not too long ago. So West Virginia's on my mind. And you can find what we have. There's the latest information. Looks like we had quite a few cases out of West Virginia. The compliance summaries are right there, the legal library, and the form. So we can check out what kind of forms we might have for you from West Virginia. And there you see them, quite a few, honestly. And it has, kind of like the dates that they came out, all that good stuff. And there's 30, so there's going to be 3 pages of that. But, just to pick one at random here, it's in a PDF format. Open it up, and boom, there's the form. So check it out. take advantage of that 7-day free trial. We won't bother you if you don't like it, but if you do like it, we'll help you get going on Simply Research and hopefully make life a little bit easier on your end. Well, anyway, I appreciate you so much for stopping by. Like I said, the next episode of Comp and Circumstance will be May 15th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Should check in my calendar over here. I'm pointing to the 15th right now. So there you go. And let me leave you with a parting thought here. Hopefully, this is something that makes you chuckle. What happens when Ginger gets mad? Ginger snaps. All right. Thanks, everyone. It's been great to spend a little bit of time with you, and we appreciate you. And thanks a bunch. Have a great day.